Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get into front page news. Where we starting, Yee?
Well, it's official. New Jersey has become the latest state to permit recreational marijuana use. They approved a series of bills yesterday that regulates the sale of cannabis to anybody over the age of 21.
Good job, Governor Murphy, dropping the clues bombs for Governor Murphy. Now, when are they letting the brothers and sisters out of jail who are locked up for nonviolent weed offenses? If that doesn't happen ASAP, then this is one of the most hypocritical pieces of legislation ever passed.
Yeah, it definitely needs to. And I think that's something federally that needs to take place, too.
But I actually thought that was the holdup. I thought that they were trying to figure all of that out.
That's what they said. They were trying to figure that out. And also, as far as the licenses are concerned, making sure that minorities get the licenses since we've been affected one of the most.
Yeah.
Well, the legislation does further provide for them to reinvest cannabis revenues in designated impact zones. And it also directs the Cannabis Regulatory Commission to promote diversity and inclusion in business ownership. And it contains critical employment protections for people who engage in lawful behavior with respect to cannabis. So that was in the official news release.
And listen, once again, if they don't, let the brothers and sisters out of jail who are locked up for nonviolent weed offenses, this is absolutely one of the most hypocritical pieces of legislation ever passed. And it's got to be a bittersweet celebration because that's just wrong. If you got people in, jail for life in New Jersey, but weed is legalized.
All right. Now, Spotify is planning to monetize podcasts now. They're launching a new audio advertising marketplace, the Spotify Audience Network, which will allow advertisers to reach listeners across Spotify's originals and exclusives, as well as podcasts via Megaphone and their creation tool, Anchor. So now there's going to be ads. And that way people can make money if they have a podcast that's on the Spotify network.
They haven't been
Everybody's
monetizing?
trying to figure it out.
They haven't been monetizing on Spotify?
I think for the creators, it'll help you as far as they're going to have a paid advertising thing. So now I guess they haven't launched it yet, but they're going to.
But no, that's what I mean. They haven't been doing paid advertisements on Spotify? I thought they've been doing that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to pay for certain podcasts now. From what I'm understanding.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I think podcast behind the paywall is whack anyway, though. I don't think that's how podcasts are supposed to be digested. It's like radio, right? It's like satellite radio is cool, but terrestrial radio will always reign supreme over satellite radio because it's free. That's why I feel like podcasts shouldn't be behind a paywall.
Yeah, but you don't pay for commercials
remember, like,
on satellite radio, right?
Yeah, and they actually.
But that's the purpose. You pay a monthly subscription, so you don't have to pay for commercials. You can just hear your music straight through.
Yeah, but why pay for radio?
Because some people don't want to hear the commercials.
Terrestrial radio will always reign supreme, simply because.
Because think about it, when Howard Stern went to Sirius, the reason why he got the money that he got was because it's paid subscription.
Absolutely, I just don't think everything shouldn't be behind a paywall, and I think this kind of content should not be behind a paywall. Podcast or radio, my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to have an audience that's willing to pay.
Yeah, I think so. If you got that audience, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
You monetize it yourself. You ain't got to pay for advertisement. You keep everything to yourself. I think that's smart, actually.
All right, now let's talk about remember that 75-year-old protester that was shoved to the ground by police in Buffalo when that happened? And he actually ended up suffering a fractured skull. This happened on June 4th. It would look awful. Martin Gugino is his name. Well, those officers in Buffalo, they did file charges against those two police officers, but a grand jury earlier this month declined charges. The case was dismissed. I don't see how.
Wow. Oh, I knew that. That was a couple weeks ago when they announced it.
When they pushed homie on the floor and he did absolutely positively nothing?
They announced they wasn't pressing no charges.
That's crazy.
So that tells you a lot. If a 75-year-old white man gets pushed to the ground and nothing happens to the police, what does that say for the rest of us?
We in trouble.
Yeah, they said that those officers were simply following departmental procedures and the directives of their superiors to clear Niagara Square despite working under extremely challenging circumstances. That was their rationale for why that was okay. So even though this man suffered a concussion and a fractured skull, spent nearly a month in the hospital, apparently these officers did nothing wrong. All right. Well, that is your front page news.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, let's talk about Young Thug. Young Thug yesterday posted on the social media that he was in Vegas and he lost $800,000 in the casino.
Man, Vegas just won $800,000 from me, man. Damn.
Now, he said he wilded out. He threw drinks and everything. So we're asking 800-585-1051. Gambling. What's the most you ever lost? 800.
First of all, I just want to know, I love going to the casino and gambling. I like to play blackjack. Mm-hmm. Sometimes roulette.
So what's the most you ever lost?
Y'all got money to gamble?
Well, I think I'm very I will talk about it. I have a whole plan and a system of how I gamble when I gamble.
Charlamagne?
I don't gamble at all. I've been unemployed 7 times in my life, okay? I don't play with my money like that.
All right.
I won $2,400 one time off of $1 in the slot machine.
And I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. What the hell would I be gambling for? Why would I ever bet on them?
Yeah, you're right. 800-585-1051. Call us up now. Let's talk about it. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.